Angelica is in court to claim £400 owed on a holiday she paid for her and her friend. Defendant Josie claims she never agreed to pay for her half of the holiday, therefore she owes nothing.
Now, do I have Angelica here?
That's correct, Judge.
Splendid. And is it Josie?
Yes, Judge.
Now, Angelica, you look like you're wallpapering that table over there.
I do apologise.
No, it's all right. Are you moving in? Do you want to redecorate the furniture?
Well, I have done some interior designing in my time, sir.
Well, that's not exactly what Josie said. The reality is the two of you were friends for a long period of time, correct?
We were.
You certainly were, until it seems to me that things changed. It started when, Angelica, you moved away. Where did you move to?
I moved home to Plymouth.
Can I ask you, Josie, as far as you're concerned, what was Angelica's work while she was in Plymouth? I need to know this because it doesn't make sense to me how you've ended up in this conflict situation. What did Angelica do for a job?
Prostitute.
Have you got any proof on this?
Well, that's what she says, and, madam, I have to put it to you. It's a very old profession, you know. Like lawyering. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a criminal offence. I'm simply asking you, did you work as a prostitute for some time?
No comment.
Well, that's entirely your prerogative. The answer to that question is no comment. You also had other work as well, correct?
I'm a trained chef and I do contract chefing.
You're a trained chef?
Yes, Your Honour.
Well, you just made a face. Was that a brain fart, or were you suggesting that she wasn't? She wasn't a chef, yes or no?
Well, I never saw her in any restaurant.
Now, the point is that you were friends of hers.
Yes.
And you were such good friends that despite the fact that the two of you hadn't spoken for some time, the reality was that when you, I think, got into some difficulty, you got a phone call, correct?
Correct.
And what was that phone call from Josie?
She asked me how I was settling into Plymouth and this, that and the other. I suggested that she can come down to Plymouth. I will pay her fare to come down by coach.
A very nice offer, correct, which you took up. Why did you take up that offer? What was going on in your life at the time that you needed to go to Plymouth?
I'd just split up with my ex-partner. She offered for me to go to Plymouth. She would pay for the travel, and she says at the same time you could do some decorating for me, if you will.
Just pause for a second. Was this an offer for her to have, I don't know, a little R&R down in Plymouth, or did you want her to wallpaper your walls, madam?
No, I offered her some R&R and a little bit of decorating at the time.
Well, that's what I'm asking. The answer to that question is yes.
Yes, sorry.
Come to my house, get some fresh air by the sea, and whilst you're at it, can you do some Dulux?
I'd recently moved into the flats in 2011.
Understood. And you were happy to oblige. Did she do any painting?
Very little, it was an effort.
Oh, you cheeky
Excuse me.
I did your kitchen.
Madam.
Which was disgusting.
Madam! Understand, talking to me. I'm going to ask you the question. Did you do some decorating? And if so, what decorating did you do?
I painted her kitchen.
The point is you did do some work whilst you were there. She did do some work while she was there. She painted
If
the
you
kitchen.
get her out of bed.
Sorry?
If you could get her out of bed.
Well, you eventually did, and she got a roller in her hand and painted your kitchen.
Yes.
Sufficiently that you were prepared to invite her to a second trip, correct?
Correct.
And this second trip took place some months later in June. Do you remember that trip?
Yes.
Why would you go again, or why would you invite her again if she wasn't talking, if she wasn't happy the first time? Why would you invite her again?
I didn't. Well, I let her stay at my place. A friend of mine paid for her trip.
It seems to me that you weren't exactly happy with Josie's behaviour, correct?
No.
Don't be stupid. Stay and watch the best Judge Rinder moments. And I'm talking. Understood? Don't be a moron. Subscribe to Judge Rinder YouTube channel. Right now. That's an order.